high. So let's keep talking about things, stuff, objects, whatever, deeds done concerning jiu-jitsu, yeah? And the art of murdering people with your bare hands. And because our last two videos were about system of neck control, today we talk about rear naked choke, which is actually rear naked strangle, I think. Yeah, that thing. And different systems and reasons of doing rear naked choke in different ways. So by now, in the year 2020, everybody knows about the rear naked choke. Even Krav Maga people knows about it, I think. Yeah, so the super basic stays the same. Your elbow is in front of his chin, your hand is into your elbow pit, into the bicep, his other hand goes behind his neck, and then you squeeze gently and you finish it. And there are a few details. A lot of people have a lot of different details, but the two things that for me are most important in finishing this strangle, yeah, and applying all the pressure that you can possibly apply here are: look, our spine are in line. I want my head to be aligned with our spines. So this will put his head out of alignment, will drain a lot of strength from his shoulders, increase the pressure on this side. That makes it easier for me to put pressure on this other side. And this is one. The other one concerns how I follow his movement when he starts to try to go away. So you have to think like this. His two shoulders can become wedges into the choke to start to open space and ruin my choke and open for him ways to escape. So when we are here, he can turn this way or he can turn this way. Yeah? Both cases, when he turns this way, it's easier for him because it's the motion that will naturally unroll my choke. But also turning this way works as long as you put your shoulder in a T compared to my shoulders. Yeah? And then from there, all the rest of the escape starts. So when he starts to turn, if he turns this way, I have to look at him. Yeah? Now what happens? When I look at him, my chest goes pretty much behind his shoulder, and this makes the rotation much harder for him. Yeah. Increase the pressure, and you still get the tap. Even if he tries to roll out of the choke the other direction, which is actually more annoying because it unrolls, it opens the arm that's creating the choke, the strangle. So even if he goes there and now I'm looking that way, yeah? So my chest goes behind his shoulder, and again it makes the rotation more difficult. And now about how I lock my hands here. Well, when I started to learn jiu-jitsu a lifetime ago, we would just go like this, and here and there, yeah? But then soon it became a known information, the fact that if I go like this, the moment he sees my hand, he's going to grab it, and now a complete different fight of grips start. So from here, we would have sneaked the hand out from the back to finish the choke, so that it doesn't get to hold my hands. Yeah? What's the problem here? The problem here is that if he's grabbing my arm to pull it open, yeah? Even if I'm using my hand behind the shoulder to avoid that it just cleans it open, when I go from here now, you know, it becomes complicated to put your hand in, and it cannot be a good choke anymore. So one solution to this is to set up the choke a bit differently. Once we are here, even if he grabs, I use my chin to lock my hand so that it's not going anywhere. Now my hand comes behind and I grab my shoulder first. Doing this, of course, will unlock your chin from your hand, so you have to play a bit with timing here. The first thing here will be to just hold, and when it tries to open your hand, be sure that nothing is happening. And you can also keep your hand like this to lock better under your chin, see? Now, this hand passes behind, and as soon as I grab my shoulder first, I go up with my elbow, and I use this motion to push his head out of the way. This gives way to the fingers to sneak inside, and now, even if he's holding my hands, I'm gonna have, my arm, I'm gonna have such pressure on this choke that it's gonna tap anyway. So again, like this, he wants to open, I secure my hand behind my chin, keep open, yeah, super good grip. Now I go, and I reach for my shoulder. Now here I need the timing. The moment I grab my shoulder, I'm doing this with my elbow to push his hand away. My fingers are up and I lock them into the choke. See, he still has my arm. He still has my arm. But doesn't matter anymore how much he tries to pull. When I squeeze, I'm gonna strangle him anyway. So this would be one way. And another way to finish it would be this. Yeah? If you manage to put your hand behind your neck, and now from here I just look at him. Yeah? And this goes together with the talk we had about the small talk we had about the rotation of his shoulder generating space for escapes. Because look, if I decide to go for this, now I have this hand to hang Puppet Master into his arm. Now, he cannot roll that direction because this Puppet Master control is preventing him to roll that direction. He only has one direction to go. I look at him and I choke him regardlessly. Yeah? And this is about the more traditional, let's say, rear naked choke, rear naked strangle. When we say choke, that's a strangle. But we have another way to strangle people unconscious. And if you think about, you can strangle, choke people, compressing everything around here, which is what we did right now, or you can hang them. Yeah? So now the compression, when you hang somebody, the compression around the neck gets increased by the body weight. It can be a falling body weight, or it can be the body weight of somebody pulling you up. Yeah? So, super easy way to explain this principle. I'm going to use just one hand around Dennis' neck. Yeah? I connect my arm to his shoulder there. And now, instead of squeezing, because if I just squeeze, even with the pressure of my head, the lack of this arm makes it hard to finish the choke or the strangle on this side. Yeah? So, one hand, I'm going up. See? I like it tough. It means the strangle was good. Yeah? So I have one arm around his neck, and now I'm not just squeezing, I'm going up. I'm hanging him, just like if I had a rope. Yeah? Hang them up. Hang them high. And how does this work? When you also have the hooks and the back take. Good. Glad you asked. So, until I'm here, yeah, until my hand is reaching the correct position, I need my head beside his head, because that's the correct spot to get to a control. Yeah? Straight jacket, blah blah blah, you know it. Yeah? Let's go through it quickly. Seat belt, cover the hands, switch, go for the choke. This first choke will be easily defended by this hand, but it creates a cross grip. Now you pick an angle. Yeah? From the angle you isolate the hand, you switch again grip here, and now this arm goes for the choke. Now, yes, if I just squeeze, eventually he will tap. But I don't want to just squeeze, I want to tear his head off. Yeah, Sub-Zero style. So I move my head from the side of his head to above. And now what I'm doing, I'm stretching my leg in that direction, yeah, and my spine, I'm going up with my head there. Yeah, see, such quick reaction. It's a very powerful strangle to do. So once again, yeah, the head will start from here because this is where you have control, yeah, to avoid too much rotation and to make his defenses uneasy, let's say. Then when you want to finish it, head up and pull. Yeah? And now you can see the hanging motion. If we are going to use the gi, yes, bow and arrow hanging, right? So we know the bow and arrow choke. We go here and then I fight with my hand to go as deep as possible. Then I put my leg over his shoulder and I go bow and arrow. So far so good. But yeah, without fighting for my hand to go deep, everything I'm doing, once my arm passes over his shoulder, is to grab wherever I can grab. Look how loose this grip looks. Yeah? But now I'm moving down, and when his shoulders are on the line of my hip, I recall my elbow to my hip, and now I'm hanging him. Now I'm using my entire body to put pressure around his neck. And this is possible exactly because I don't focus into reaching high into his collar, but wherever I can grab. And then I will manipulate his shoulder, squeeze my knee, pull, or push. Yeah? And with this hanging motion, I'm going to finish the choke. Yeah? So, you see that the gi amplify the distances of the hanging concept. When there is no gi, clearly I need to be close. So we have this rule that we say where I use my head beside his head until I need control, and then I'm gonna move my head over his head when I'm pulling to finish the hanging. But with the gi, everything gets wider, yeah? And I can grab wherever I reach. So I really don't focus on the position of this hand. I just go and grab. And now when I have my leg over his shoulder and I start to go back for the hanging, there it is. Yeah? I can also go here. This is a perfect example, puppet master and hanging. And finish the strangle with the power of the whole body, pulling the collar around Dennis' neck. Yeah? And that's it with hanging for now. Yeah? No Dennis has been hurt in the making of this video.
That's a lie!